What's the most stunned you've been by a colonel's hidden talent? This was 2017, Forward Operating Base in eastern Afghanistan. Colonel Davis was the most intimidating officer I'd ever met. 6'4", permanent scowl, voice like gravel in a blender. Guy had been infantry for 25 years and looked like he could bench press a Humvee. We called him the Iceman behind his back. Never smiled, never joked, just pure military efficiency. His office was spotless, not a single personal item anywhere, just regulations, maps, and tactical manuals. The crisis started when our interpreter, Ahmed, went missing. Kid was only 19, but he knew every village within 50 miles, spoke perfect English and 3 local dialects. Without him, we were basically blind and deaf. Intel suggested he'd been grabbed by Taliban fighters. Problem was, we had no idea which of the dozen surrounding villages they'd taken him to. Every day we waited increased the chances he'd be executed or move deeper into enemy territory. Colonel Davis called an emergency briefing. We need actionable intelligence in 24 hours or we're pulling back to the main base. Can't risk a rescue operation without solid information. Our usual sources had gone quiet. Local tribal leaders weren't talking. Even our paid informants had disappeared. We were stuck. That's when things got weird. Colonel Davis dismissed everyone except me and Sergeant Mike. He walked to his desk, opened the bottom drawer, and pulled out something I never expected to see. A wooden box filled with art supplies. Pencils, charcoal, watercolors, brushes, professional quality stuff. The kind of kit you'd see in an art store, not a military command post. I need you both to keep this between us, he said quietly. Then he sat down and started sketching. Not battle plans or tactical diagrams. A portrait. His hands moved with incredible precision. Within minutes, a face appeared on the paper. Ahmed's face, but drawn with photographic accuracy. Every detail perfect. The scar above his left eyebrow, the gap between his front teeth, the exact shape of his nose. Colonel Davis worked for 2 hours straight, created 6 different portraits of Ahmed from various angles. Each one looked like a professional photograph translated to paper. The detail was incredible. When he finished, he looked up at our shocked faces. Art school, before I enlisted. Full scholarship to the Chicago Institute. Figured it wasn't exactly military leadership material. We took those portraits to every village checkpoint within a 30-mile radius. The accuracy was so stunning that locals immediately recognized Ahmed. Within 6 hours, we had 3 confirmed sightings and a location. The rescue operation launched at dawn. We found Ahmed alive, unharmed, being held in a compound exactly where the portraits had led us. Taliban fighters scattered when they realized we tracked them down so precisely. After the mission, I had to ask, "Sir, why didn't you ever mention the art background?" Colonel Davis packed away his supplies carefully. Because soldiers don't follow artists into combat. They follow warriors. But sometimes being a warrior means using every tool in your arsenal, even the ones that don't fit the stereotype. Ahmed made it home to his family 2 days later. The colonel's portraits were so accurate that our intelligence officer requested copies for future identification training. 6 months later, I walked past the colonel's office and noticed something different. One small framed drawing on his desk. A landscape sketch of the Afghan mountains at sunset, beautiful and peaceful. Underneath it was a small plaque that read, "From Ahmed's family, with gratitude for bringing our son home." Colonel Davis never mentioned his art again, but after that mission, everyone looked at him differently. Still the Iceman, still intimidating as hell, but now we knew there was more underneath the surface.